Welcome to the show, The Arts in Exile. We have some poems from the poet B.D. Salvas.
Okay. Oh, I'm ready to see Corey Moorhall and John Franco as Princess Pillz. Can't wait to see it. Do-do-do, do-do-do.
Nelson Fox is telling us a story.
The guitar of Michelle Rosenblum.
Ethan Messaker, Annabelle Augustine, Elena Newton, with Marcia de la O's film Interrogation.
Excellent. And on with the show.
This is Ode to Polka Dots. You are a strange collection of things. Thrifted skirts, eyes that accompany smiles, all the whimsy of contact photos. The wildflowers on my favorite dress I pick until this fall heat is gone, and we smell of pretty see-you-soons in full bloom. You are the tic-tac-toe game on my calendar, crossed out missing memories, the safety of party lights that is only a dream, the 3 pills in my hand day after day. How far we've come that there are only 3. You are the ohs and ums that break silence, the wildness of every life happening at once. You are stopping the dance at borderline when you steal flight, leap from fabric and faces, and become a weapon. You are a folklorist in ending things, the almost beauty underneath so many messes, the absence in between stars we'll never see in a city like this, where 1,000 trees glow like birthday candles, and the bluest sky comes in a dot next to your smile.
We like activity, brains be riding, our hands are TVs, they mind our business, we live in stitches, just yearning to be. Do you like it? Wanna buy it? Only $1.99. Hearts and our strength in sound. But hey, guns aren't that bad. Do you like it? Wanna buy it? Only $9.99. Hearts and minds alike. Always get sucked in towards those neon lights. The crime syndicate devours minds. They reach in our pockets and steal our dimes. Vote with your hollers, be gay to crime. Left of the centric, we centered you on red. Reach me for our fill. They can wash their strands of all those bands, diamond stained hands. Thoughts and prayers go down. Who buys the next round? Charge hard and fast. Do you like it? Wanna buy it? Sell your soul this time. Hearts and minds alike. Always get sucked in towards those neon lights. The crime syndicate devours minds. They reach in our pockets and steal our dimes. Fight with your hollers, be gay to crime.
Interrogation. What plants do you harvest in the dark of the moon? What bodies form halos? Cinnamon, menthe, and lavender. Dandelions and dark matter. The moon, cup overflowing, broken harp, punctured amulet shedding talc. In this world, what did you see? What shapes did light take? Amber and sheen of pearl, bone flower and weeping girl, the moon, old woman's satchel, salt lick, shadow face in the well. Can you say what you want? To lay it down, lay my story down over the harm like a blanket of moth wings. Crush time between fingers till scent rounds the air. Death's head, Luna, white witch, I want to lay my story down.
I grew up in Ventura County, in El Rio. Real little sleepy little place. Now, the most exciting thing to do was go to the liquor store twice a week and get comic books. But if I wanted to go someplace magical, we went to Ventura. Yeah, there were 2 movie theaters, a real big fancy tree, and best of all, at the local Sears store, which is now Smart and Final, there was a sign out front saying, "Bomb Shelter." No, really, bomb shelter. Of course, as I grew older, I realized this wasn't real practical. There was cleaning supplies and paper goods. What could you do in a case of a bomb? But anyway, when I was 31, something magical happened again in Ventura. I met the love of my life. And this is our story of our eternal love. When first we met, I was Nebu the Wise, and he was mighty Caesar. We met at Pharaoh's court. We gazed upon one another and knew for the rest of our lives we would always be together. We ruled the world together in wisdom and justice and peace for all. We died in each other's arms. And as we lay dying, I said, one life is not enough for a love as great as ours. We will meet again. And we breathed no more. When next we met, I was Edmund. I was a shepherd to young goats. And he was Merry Maximilian. Merry Max for short. He was king of jesters and jester to kings. But he studied a correspondence course in wizardry, for he was getting too old to tumble. We met at the marketplace. He gazed on me and said, "You shall come with me and be my companion." So I left the young goats to take care of the old goat. Oh, we had such fun. We traveled to the kings and queens of Europe, and sometimes he dressed me up and we performed together. Our favorites, of course, were King Gustav of Sweden. He was our sponsor. And my Merry England, where there we saw King Henry VIII and met his young daughter Elizabeth. Oh, Mary Max knew one day she'd be a mighty queen. We saw her again when he was old and infirm. He traveled in a chair with wheels of his own design. We saw the Queen in the Shire of Irwindale. And he said, "Oh, Your Majesty, I am Mary Max. I saw you as a child and I always loved you." And she said to him, "Oh, I know who you are, Mary Max, for I loved you as well." And he died content. When next we met, I was Lazy Legs the seasick pirate, and he was Captain Curl, but usually Mr. Curl because he kept sinking his ships. Oh, we met on the poop deck. He said I'd be his first mate. Our life was one misadventure after another, and once we were sunk by the Kraken. When next we met, I was Father Henry. I was at Mission San Buenaventura. And he was Kerosene Cal. He was a rogue and a scoundrel. He sold cinnamon cure and knicky knackies for the women folk. We met at the estate of Don Raimundo Olivas. He served in the Mexican army and was given a land grant which covered the whole area of what you know as Ventura. We saw each other and we felt such a love for each other that we had never felt for any other person. But we could not be together. It was the times, you see. Oh, but when we were together, Can you not see the smile on my face and the twinkle in his eye? He would come and go and come and go. But once he left, and I never saw him again. When next we met, I was Nelson Fox, reserved and thoughtful, but everyone dismissed me as quiet and shy. Oh, he was Doug Freelander, dynamic, charismatic, and a bit of a hellraiser. I longed for home and a life full of adventure. He longed for an enduring love and a sense of stability. We met at a crowded church in Ventura more than 36 years ago. We soon became one, and together we made a home full of stability and love, and a life full of adventure. We accomplished more together and separately than we either could have done if we had never met. We were together for almost 37 years. And then he was gone. But like Nabu the Wise, I too know that one life is not enough for a love as great as ours. We too will meet again. I can't wait to see who we will be. I love you, Doug. Thank you.
This is 50% of flowers die before they can be sold. March comes gently like a tornado, causing my ankles to unbraid themselves. Silver fish scales and virginal blossoms crack under the incandescent sun. Off the path, a fledgling spreads for the first time, amazed at its own unfinished wingspan, speckled wings beating into streams of ego, flared by the ricocheting chaparral. Unbridled feet also failing at swift flight, we are fairy dust pining for the new moon. Brown and shrinking like rotting wood, or fabric that clings too tightly to the bosom, eyes close quickly, unable to take root in the sight of arrogantly mounted hills spoiling my youth. Hairy asses of the colonizers lined up and clenched, build a dam before the water can thaw, ready to fire upon the innocent, unscorch the incense with gunpowder, only going so far as to blaze new trails leading to familiar forbidden fruit. Imperfections in their design run down my legs, tulips sprouting against icy chauvinism. So, this is my poem, Girlish Expectations. The earth was supposed to swallow her before she turned 18. At least, that's what her friends say. Something about her isn't for the real world. Maybe it's her magnetic passion and high heels on Mondays, or her mouth that's already kisses the wrong lips, trusts the wrong smiles, goes to Malibu at midnight on rainy days just to sink her ankles into emptiness and pour an overflowing cup of it too many times. Yet the clock ticks, age screams towards her. She is still watching the Pacific coast erode because she is not made of sunlight, just a warm shadow of someone else's greatness, a reflection of who you are when the lights turn off and everyone forgets that there are bigger stars than the sun. She's a woman now, covered in glorious sunspots left by fingertips and dirty ocean spray, whose litmus for suffering should not be measured in her ability to die pretty. She is screaming back with an outburst that makes wise men turn in their graves to behold greatness in an 18-year-old. I am mother, she proclaims, of wasted time. She is still waiting for the earth to claim her, to vanish into dust with her glitter eyeshadow. She is morphing into a monster whose kiss will not be made into a promise. Her spite, a shovel. She is digging her hands so far into wet sand that she will swallow herself whole, meet her fate halfway, buried alive by the weight of her chaos.
Well, I certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.
Always get sucked in towards those